Okay, so we're rolling. Like two animals playing, it's begun. Grab my belt. Rener wants to get my back to do a little throw, no big deal. I fall down so naturally. Whenever I can wrap someone's neck, I automatically feel comfortable. And I had his head right there a little bit, and now I have both arms, which is not really something I train on a regular basis, but knowing that I have both arms, I know he can't turn in any direction on top of me. So that results in me getting on top. That underhook I had of my left arm right there was specifically so he couldn't roll into me and get up. For a second, I wanted an arm lock right there, but he knew what I wanted, so I just abandoned that arm lock. No deal. The collar choke, I'm holding one lapel, and the other hand's trying to find an opportunity, but there was none. Mount attempt was fake. I didn't even want it. I don't know what I was thinking going for that right there. Way too easy to defend how he just did, just like that, but putting his knee to the ground. So once again, attack the collar a little bit, bug the neck. Now that right there, that I was surprised by. Bump, shrimp, both legs flying in at the same time. There was a little surprise right there. And very difficult to stop. Open guard. It's all about the base, just hanging out. And right there, that pass was due to that far grip on his knee, helped me get around the side. Now we're on the side mount. And notice right when I side mount Rener, he doesn't even move. He's not even trying to go anywhere. He immediately accepts the bottom position. And that's black belt behavior. Very light attack, just to kind of keep his mind on defense, which will possibly keep him not wanting to escape. Now that right there, my favorite little arm lock, grab the sleeve, throw my legs, sit down. And that's also black belt behavior, because I didn't really believe I can catch that. Small part of me believed in that. I catch everybody, but with him, I expect nothing less than an escape. Open guard, feet moving. Very good pass, and not too much fighting on my part. He threw it, good little surprise. And if you notice, not too much fighting. Once he lowers his shoulder, I kind of like, the body just relaxes. A little push on his ribs, but at the end of the day, it's just the side mount. So here we are now. He wanted to step over my head. Somehow I felt that weight transfer and picked my head up at the same time. Right here, what's keeping me from getting the guard again, regaining the guard, is that grip on his ankle, on my ankle, I'm sorry. And right now, again, it's this hand near my bottom shoulder, and his other far hand you guys can't see. He's holding one side of me. He had it on the other side. I almost had the guard, but he stopped me on one side and then now the other side. Right there, once again, I have his neck wrapped. Always my go-to technique is wrap someone's neck with the gi or without the gi. I'm holding the collar that time. He unwound it right there. He faked as if he was going to let me side mount him. He rolled, so I let go of the choke, and then he went back. He knew that I would let go. And now I know for the future to never let go for that fake. Once again, the neck is wrapped, whatever, but it's not the same thing anymore. So back to the side mount, and immediate acceptance on my side. No big deal. He's side mounted, and I'm laying there, humming away. He wants to pass my lapel right there, under my arm, maybe grab it with his far hand. His attack right now is not too determined either. It's very light, just moving around, just seeing what I react to, hand on the collar. Of course, whenever one hand's in the collar, the second hand tries a little bit, and that makes my focus just defending hand number two. Usually I knock people off balance right here at this move. I usually push and they fall back inside my guard and I get on top. He did not fall. The natural cat reflex forced me to just kind of throw my leg around the top and kind of get a little foot lock position. But even this is weak for me right now. His knee is on the ground, his hand's on my collar. It's way too strong. I can't knock him off balance. It's going to be very tough. Or at least to get a foot lock from here. He's waiting. Zero signs of impatience on his part. He's just chilling. And now I just pulled to the guard, which was good. So we went from knee on stomach to him in my guard. It's cool. And look at this guard passing ability right now. Standing base, my open guard, very chill too, not too committed in his pass. Controlling my ankle down there. That's the key to passing the guard these days. For us, it works miracles. Bottom controls my leg and my upper shoulder. Now I want to roll him, but his leg is out wide over my head right there. He already knows I want to bridge him over the top. That's why I'm grabbing his top lapel to get a little handle to throw him over, but he's not going to go. So, abort. There's no deal. I'm holding the belt. Same thing. I'm going to bring him over towards us right now. I want to roll him this way. I can feel the awareness. His other hand grabbing my leg right there as an anchor. So once again, going back to my comfort zone, wrapping the neck. See if I can make a choke out of that, or just straight up head control is also very good. Look at that key, that little ankle grab right there. That was it. The ankle grab was the reason for all of this. Look at his left hand, my bottom ankle. He's holding it. He picks it up, his hips forward. My leg barely missed under his armpit because his arm was up in the air. He lands in the side mount. And right away, just to that laying down position right there, relax. Now he goes for the back. That left knee tucks underneath quickly. And that's the reason why he gets behind me. And right as he gets behind me, I'm already pushing off my foot right here to drive myself onto the mat on the far side. My head reaching for the floor. I'm already trying to snake my way out of here. And he tried to lift me up a little bit to kind of make me not be able to slip away. And then he locks the body triangle. Control only. There was a foot lock for the body triangle right there for me to get, but he would unlock it before I caught it. Boom. Slip his arm out and around my head. Because the bottom line is both of it, if both of his arms are on one side, it's going to be nearly impossible for him to choke me. Very common move for me, and in general, very advanced technique of defending the back, controlling that wrist right there, just killing the angle. Now I'm hanging out, breathing. Nothing matters. His body triangle is solid, but he knows that he needs more than that, so he's fighting back for the arm again. He's going back to the arm, back to the arm. So once again, same thing. Stop the initial bite on the neck with that little frame right there, my arm kind of in the way, and then find the wrist in the confusion. Finding it, both hands are waiting just to grab that wrist. Once it's grabbed, loop it, and my back goes to the ground once again with a little bit of pressure, a little bit of pushing off my legs to kind of keep me heavy on the ground right here. Little hip up, my hip is an inch off the ground. 2-on-1 control of his wrist and waiting. Now from here I'm going to go to the in his guard. I'm going to twist on top of him. I'm going to throw my arm behind his neck, get rid of his arm and throw it behind his neck to keep me from getting my back taken once again. So I throw the arm north and hug his neck. And because I'm so relaxed right now, he can't, it was a surprise. I guarantee he was surprised. Waiting, throw, hug. Now my back can't be taken, but because the body triangle is so tight, my lower half cannot turn. And what that means is that my balance is not the best. And I know that. Look at my hips are falling. He's going to capitalize. He swept. And on top of that little momentum that he did right there, that little sweep, the little whip, he's grabbing under my armpit with his back hand holding my lapel. And that's just the upper half, legs and the top half, top and bottom. Way too much power. I was surprised, yes, 100%. And look how there's a smile. The smile comes from the surprise. There's that acknowledgement like, wow, that was the biggest surprise of this sparring session. And right away, look, once again, no movement. This is a very common thing you see with us. When we land in an inferior position, we don't move. We just breathe. We immediately accept. And he's holding my knee right there so I can't elbow escape. But even if he let go, I wouldn't elbow escape. Because I like being on the bottom of the mount. I get to rest. Who do you think's more relaxed right there, him or I? He has to worry about losing the mount. I'm just laying there. Now, mount offense. He wants to hug my neck. That's his deal. He wants to hug the neck, and he wants to get rid of my other arm. All this lapel feeding, he's trying to grab the gis down there. I think it's all for show. And it works on a lot of this right there. I don't think that's anything. And if it is, I need to learn that. I don't know what he's working with right there, but he's doing something to confuse. Look at that. He wants my arm pinned to the ground. Once he pins my arm to the ground, he hopes that he can get me to overreact and maybe bring my other hand through, or he can feed my hand. He wants to feed it to the other hand. That knee right there too is just for fun. Notice the relaxation in my left hand right now. It's not too tense. That's a very relaxed hand right there. He's trying to feed it. I don't really want him to, because I know that's his bread and butter right there, so let's not let him feed that. He's going to grab his own sleeve right there in attempts to join my hand to his. Okay, so there's a little bit of energy. I'm saving energy throughout the sparring for this moment right now to not really allow this wrist grab to happen. Modified mount naturally happens. Now with the neck hug, it's because I'm in the modified mount, I'm on my side, it's okay. He grabbed my throat right there. But because I grab throats, I'm good with that. Now, let's bring that back. Look at this. Hold the knee, shrimp, hip, knees inside. There was an earlier move that Rener did that was very similar to this, where you bump in one direction, shrimp out, and legs come in. It's a very good fake that is a good way of creating space that has worked for us forever. Open guard, hand on the collar. Always have one hand on the collar. You never know, he might let the second hand shoot in. He got good posture, good chin tuck, good base. Hand on the collar. I want to get his back right now. I try to slip my head out, but he flows too well. Versus trying to be stiff, he kind of melts and sits on me. But in the ideal world, I would slip behind him. I would grab his, look at that, he threw his leg. I'd want to grab his belt and pull him back and end up behind him. It was worth it, you know. Remember, it's all fun and games, so I gotta try it. High reward and high risk. Knee lock. Now, his foot did not get inside the pocket. Let's rewind that right there. Look at this. His foot did not get inside. It missed. My legs were too close to my thigh. So once he missed, he knew he had nothing. So I just shrimped, pulled my legs out. Now he's holding my foot right here. Maybe he could tickle me at the most. And I am ticklish, but the toe hold is no deal. He knows it too. He's holding the leg because he wants to kind of possibly get on top again and create some kind of leg lock out of this, maybe. But there's not too much happening. It's not the best control of my leg. So I'm chilling, he's chilling. And okay, he a little bit wanted to be on the bottom right there. He must have wanted me in his guard because he did not try to get up too much. Trying to pull me off balance, breaking my grips on his ankles, his hands in my collar right now. Oh, he tried to wrap my neck like I did to him earlier when we were standing up. Little loop choke, my favorite. So open guard. The only way I might pass his guard is if I decide not to attempt to pass his guard. So right now, I will not attempt to pass his guard. I'll just look at him. I'm just hanging out. And he's creating little movements and doing little things to hope that that inspires me to take advantage of something and get past. But there's no need. There's a bicep slicer coming. He wants to lock up my arm right there. And I knew that before he did. And he locked it, and I allow it. Right here, it's locked up. He shoots his right leg. He triangles his legs. Boom. So the risk is that he gets his guard passed. The reward could have been a submission. I make a frame right here on his neck, and when I step over his head with my leg, his hands cannot maintain locked behind my tricep. So a little bit of knee on stomach. Look at the absorption. I kind of absorb his bumps and his bridges. So now my knee's in the stomach. Hand on the collar, immediately get 2 anchor points. Hand on the collar, I had the knee for a second. Now side mount. Now that mount went easier than last time. A part of me feels like Rener wants me to mount him just so he can a little bit neutralize my offense. And once again, what do you notice? The immediate acceptance. He's not fighting. And that means that he's not fearful. There's nothing that's going to happen that he hasn't seen before. So it's relaxed. It's very relaxed training right now. I'm very relaxed. He's very relaxed. He's working a flat leg on the ground, elbow escape, or trap and roll. Those are the 2 main options. Collar chokes are so difficult to do when he is, oh, he bridged me over the top. My arm got a little arm locked right there. And I pulled it out, but because I was so committed to the choke, I kind of fell over. And here I am. I'm wanting the back. And I will get the back, but it's very... Try to do my little sweep right there, but his base was too wide. Look at this foot out here for base right now. So I want to get a little quick whip and throw him off balance. That's why I'm holding these anchor points, that lapel. So I need to catch the back right now. I'm pretty much halfway there because his arm is pulled across. So I just got to start getting up little by little. His hand on my knee, trying to break my guard to just... Okay, so he's respecting the neck right there. He wanted to break the guard, but went back to respecting the neck, not to get choked. That under the armpit grab helped me climb up, and here we are. So I have one hook in, and we fall, no problem. Now same thing for him. He's putting his back on the ground immediately. When someone's on your back, put your back on the ground. The reason I was able to get on top right there is because of my left hand grabbing his knee. I kind of throw him onto his back with my leg, and I hold his knee. So I threw him away to make space to climb up, leg control, and I think I'm holding the collar on the far side. And here we are. So side mount, run around, get the back side. Back side, north, south, base, chilling, patient. He's being patient, waiting, holding my leg. I'm waiting. Everybody's waiting right now. It's all about finding opportunities to rest. Both of us are very big fans of that. So just moving on the bottom just to move, but control, control. Knee on stomach. I like knee on stomach because he can't shrimp escape as well. It's a good little control for me. So my knee's trying to stretch him out right there, but I know that his leg is flat on the ground. And this is not just anybody to mount on, so I need to have a very good window if I'm going to jump to the mount to avoid being caught in the half guard. Always look at that second hand. He's watching my second hand. Look at his hand positioning. He doesn't care about escaping right now. If he wanted to escape, it might greaten my chances of submitting him. But he's just watching my hands and resting. It's all about the rest. Get a little rest here and there, especially in these 20-minute matches. So my thumb's in the collar. These chokes right here, I don't intend to catch them. This is not how I catch Rener. But I do intend to maybe get his mind a little bit off me attempting to mount him. But I think he knows that too. So back to hand on the collar, back to knee on stomach, movement around games. Both hands are in, but it doesn't matter. He brought his left hand inside right there, and he blocked me, a little frame on his neck. I can't. So I jumped to the mount. It's easier for us, I believe, to escape the mount than to escape knee on stomach. And there it is. Look how quickly he escaped. Fist in my stomach. Little hip thrust escape, and now he's going into the footlock. Both knuckles together, extends, little bump. As he extends, he shrimps out and brings his legs into place. He either brings both knees through or one knee through and one leg around to isolate the footlock. This is very, very common for us to use this escape right here because we are so in tune and so aware of the elbow escape and the trap and roll. So this is like when those two fail, we jump to this, footlock. So I fall back. I can feel my legs slipping out. He's holding my pants. He's going to readjust right now, but it's okay. That's why both my hands, if you notice, are kind of alert and blocking his legs so that I have the ability to sit up and defend and close the distance. He wants to keep me away. I want to get close. So collar grabs and keeping his legs out of the equation allow me to move in closer. We're both holding each other's legs because we both want to climb on top. I switch hands right now to the bottom lapel because I want to lower anchor. My head right there kind of driving towards him. You can already tell that my intention is to go on top, and his was not to stop me. So back to the open guard. And once again, how do you pass the open guard? You don't attempt to pass it. There's no need to pass the guard. There's no need to escape the mount. There is a need to become more efficient in defending submissions and not getting knocked out. But passing the guard, zero hurry. Little sweep, holding my sleeves, tying me up a little bit. First concern, don't let him jump a flying triangle. Second concern, don't get swept. Third, okay, let me pass his guard maybe. So holding the sleeves, and I'm holding his ankles. Breathing, breathing. It's cool that always happens. These heads kind of touching. Reminds me of like the Discovery Channel. The heads kind of just bumping, pushing each other. So, staying low, head. If my head is right in front of his head, it doesn't allow him to get a certain closeness that he might want. So I'm kind of blocking him sometimes with my head. Hand on the collar. Always hands on collars. We're big fans of cross chokes. It's a little bit losing its presence in the game of jiu-jitsu. But with us, you can trust it'll be there forever. My bicep is caught, my sleeve is caught. This is a position to get swept in, and I know that. So I'm trying to stay back, sitting down right here. Very stretched out, but not too in a hurry to free my stretched out arm. I didn't expect that right there. But look how I somehow made that not the worst thing in the world. I think my left knee coming inside the equation right here. My left knee comes in, I believe. Both my knees kind of shoot out. My right knee came in, that's what it was. Both knees coming inside to where I did not get the best. He did not end up right in the side mount or the mount. So now I climb on top. I want to get away, but I realize he wants a leg lock. So grab the pants, climb on top. This is not, of course, Rener would never stay there. He jumped right away. But you immediately turn and don't give someone your back in a street fight like that. Look at this same frame concept that I was doing earlier where he loops the arm around the head. Once again, both my arms are now on one side. And I only have one hook. My feet are crossed though. So a little bit of control. But look, he's holding my knee, already preparing to kind of push it to give him space to shrimp out. Both are resting. We're both waiting for the other person to move. There you go. I'm trying to move my leg. He wants to use that. When I let go of the cross, he wants to use it to shrimp out. He's gonna start. He hugged my neck, similar to me. He hugged my neck and climbed on top. And similar to how he swept me, I just swept him off of that exact same. That was crazy how we did the exact same thing. He hugs my neck, he climbs up. When he climbs up, his body is not perfectly squared with mine, so I hook his knee and I block his bottom leg right here. Block the bottom leg and I sweep. Boom. When I end up on top, it's not really on top. He turns underneath. Look at my bottom leg. The bottom leg shooting through right now is something that I had never done before, knowingly at least. My bottom leg shooting through and somehow keeping control of his arm, I brought it over his stomach. If that leg was a second late to come over his stomach, he would have rolled out backwards. But here we are now. Arm lock position. And no hands secure his arm. I use both hands to untie his figure four. Both my hands are out. Left hand on the ground, my right hand grabs his knuckles, but my legs are super locked down. Once I remove his hand, I throw it on my shoulder, and I'm going to bring my left hand, once it's secured on my shoulder, watch this. My left hand comes near my left thigh, and it's waiting. So I got this. Left hand drops down, and it's waiting for the opening to grab his wrist right there. Boom. And pull it back. Yep, he didn't try to defend that much.
I was too tired.
All fun and games. Fun and games. And here we go again. But that, you're gonna have to catch the next time. I'm not gonna get that right now.
What'd you guys learn?
We learned that it's all fun and games. We're going hard, like really hard, but it's still We both learn equal amount. Me getting the arm lock, a week later, he gets my foot, whatever. I came close a couple times. Make sure you guys write that one down. Thank you guys.
Now, we don't spar like this every day, but when we do spar like this, it seems to always be the same attitude in the sense that both of us are trying to kind of keep our awareness of the other one's offense, the understanding, of the other one's offense sharp. So, and you see that by us not really resisting being in the bottom of the guard, top of the guard, bottom of knee on stomach, bottom of the side mount. Wherever we land is kind of okay. We land places, handers on my back, it's okay. So it's to our advantage, and this is, thanks to our grandfather, it's to our advantage that we allow each other to get there and then spend a couple seconds there, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and just observing the other one's attack. And this way of training, like I said, thanks to my grandfather, is probably the number one reason why we are able to survive and defend ourselves against anybody. So your survival ability is directly correlated to your knowledge and your understanding of positions. So we spend so much time in these positions that if there's one thing we can guarantee is that we're not getting tapped out ever. Now, once in a while, we are getting surprised. Yes, surprises do happen. But overall, we can say that we don't get tapped out. We tap each other out once every 2 weeks. And that's nothing in comparison to when we roll with people around the world. And that's because, once again, they are not in this pursuit to understand when submissions can happen and where they can happen from. So keep it playful and do your homework. Learn all positions.